So I've had this poster for a while and I've finally got a frame to put it in. Look at this beauty. Look at that absolute weldy. I don't know whether to put it in the background or keep it clear so that I can put text like this. I'm not sure yet. And that kind of ties in with today's video because today I'm going to be ranking all 20 of the current Formula One driver logos. Listen, the 20 drivers in the F1 paddock are 20 of the most famous, high-profile sporting athletes in the world, so they're all going to have significant brands, significant commercial investment behind them, and having a decent logo is a big part of that. So I've had a look at all 20, and as a graphic designer by trade, I'm giving my opinion on who I think has the best and who has the worst. Now, rather than going from bottom to top or top to bottom, I want to save the best and worst till the very end of the video. So we're going to start nicely in the middle. We're going to start with who I've ranked at number 11. You'll see the numbers make sense as we go on. Lewis Hamilton, his kind of thing, definitely one of the more distinct logos out there. It's quite thin in places. It loses legibility at a distance, which is a bit of an issue. I like that it stands out. It's very different to most of the other logos here. So I do rate that. Number 10, and we have Kevin Magnussen, the Dane. I mean, this looks very, again, distinctive, very different to what you'd expect. And you'll see as we go forward how a lot of these logos kind of, you can see they follow the same flat design language. This is very different. I kind of rate that. It looks a bit like it says Kenzo. Obviously, that's KM20, but you know what I mean. It's distinctive. It works for that art style. It's just that kind of art style isn't really my cup of tea, so it's not really higher on the list. But I wouldn't say there's anything fundamentally wrong with this logo. It's all right, Kev, not bad. Number 12, and maybe I should put this higher, but I don't know, it just didn't quite grab me. It's Sergio Perez's SP11 logo. Again, you've got that hidden 11 that is quite easy to miss, but is there, and I like that. That's clever. It is simple, legible, good at a distance. It ticks a lot of the boxes on paper. Just not doing it for me as much as it maybe should. Listen, this is my list. It's just not my cup of tea. Ultimately, I don't really have too much to critique with that one. Sorry, Sergio. Okay, number 9. We have Mr. Alliteration himself. He's under a lot of pressure at the moment. Alex Albon. Now, this logo should be a lot higher on this list, okay? It works really well. I think it's a really great icon, stacked. The lines are thin, but not too thin, so it's still got good legibility from a distance. The reason this isn't higher is because there is a mistake with this logo, if you ask me, and it really bugs me. All right, so here we have the logo in Illustrator, lovely jubbly. Can you see what my issue is? It's here. It's where this part of the logo is double thickness. Fortunately for Alex, didn't take me long, literally. Just smarten that up. I don't understand why this double thickness is here because that works perfectly well as a double A. So yeah, that's if it was this logo, it would definitely be higher up the list. But yeah, sorry, Alex. Number 13, and we have Carlos's 55. It's too wide for the height, and also the shear doesn't really match up. It's like the shear on the end of the logo's like that, but on the actual 5 is like that. It kind of works. It's distinctive. I don't fundamentally dislike. I like the design kind of direction they've gone with it. I just think it could have been executed a little bit better. P8, it's Sebastian Vettel's logo. Yeah, just like, again, I don't like how close the corners of the 5 are to that circle. I feel that circle should be a little bit bigger. I still really like it. I really like the German flag. I really just like the shape of the 5 and just the way that kind of all comes together. Yeah, this is one on paper that Sergio's logo probably should be higher than, but this is just personal preference again. That's the beautiful thing with design. You can understand all the actual theory behind it and you can practice it, but I still got my own opinion, and that still sometimes goes against what I've been taught and what I've learned. Number 14, and we have George Russell's GR/63. Again, this one on paper should really tick the boxes. It's very clever the way that it gets the GR and the 63 into the same logo. I don't know, it's just not for me. Again, I bought this one into Illustrator. I mean, I look at it and think there's not too much wrong with it. I think it's the curved corners that are really bugging me. So what I have done is straighten them out here. Do I actually prefer that though? To be fair, I don't even think I prefer that. I feel like I actually prefer the corner to the straight. I don't know. Number 7, Charles Leclerc. Nice little CL. Cropped into that nice little kind of half symmetrical, half knot shape. I like it. Just simple, easy, clear, clean. legible from a distance, decent. Number 15, and again we have one that fairly clever. I mean, Nicholas Latifi here, NL, both are legible. Makes sense. He has the 6 as well incorporated onto his mask and that because his number is 6. It's nice. It's clever. It's just not really doing much for me. Lance Stroll. Now, this one looks quite familiar to someone who hasn't appeared in this list yet, and I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. But I rate it. Again, it's clever. It's simple, legible from a distance. Designed by Alex Matviv. I found him on Behance for Lance's first season from 2017 onwards. Does everything an icon should. Antonio Giovinazzi. Now, again, this one should be a lot higher, but there is a fundamental issue with this logo. Come on, let's have a look in Illustrator. What's the issue? It's this. Why is the red triangle? Why is it here? Why is it in the middle? Just the spacing. It just ruins the spacing. No, it doesn't need to be this way. Look, I fixed it here. It's subtle differences, but you just even out all the space in here between all of that. Lovely, nice, even. It should have been this. It would have been a lot higher if you ask me, because fundamentally I think it's a nice logo, but they've gone with this. All right, top 5 time now. Max Verstappen. Again, simple, clean, easy, legible, clever. These ones are very hard to rank because they all do the job very well. Balanced. Like it, Max. Number 17 on this list, we have Valtteri Bottas. Again, you can see it's a VB, but it's just not for me. I didn't even know he'd had this logo. I've never seen this logo before I actually looked into it for this video. He's got it on his website. I see what it's trying to do with a VB, but it's not particularly clear. It almost looks a bit more like it's like someone's crouching forward on a bobsled or something. I don't hate it. It's just, Number 4, and we have driver of the year so far, Pierre Gasly. Look at that. Lovely. Decent. Little PG. I rate it. It's just nicely cropped into the triangle. You see a lot of logos like that where they try and make letters fit into a shape. So it's not particularly innovative, but they've done a very good job of it. Again, legible from a distance, good thickness. I rate it, Pierre. Number 18, Romain Grosjean. I rate the fact that they've gone different with this. Very gradient heavy though, which ain't my cup of tea, if you ask me. There's too much going on. There's super thin lines that I don't really want to see on a logo because, again, from a distance, legibility. Composition works. Composition isn't awful. It's the gradients. Number 3, Daniel Kvyat. Now, it's the Supreme logo sheared to the left with Kvyat on. It's distinctive. It stands out. It's simple. I really like it. DK, the streetwear Donny. Actually, I've seen him wearing some of that Bathing Ape Formula 1 merch that is ludicrously expensive. Actually quite similar to Sophia Flörsch, her kind of logo. She goes for a similar, just bold kind of rectangle box. Number 19, and we have Kimi Raikkonen, the Iceman. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with this logo. It's a completely, justifiable, understandable design style. Okay, if you're into this kind of style, you're probably loving this. But I couldn't be further from this kind of style. Not my cup of tea in any way, shape or form. Soz Kimi. I don't like it. Number 2, Daniel Ricciardo. I really like this. It's kind of almost optical illusion-y. It looks 3D because of the way it's been stacked, and it's simple, and again, it's legible, and I think this is a really strong logo. Again, it's flat, but it's kind of not. It's clever. It works. All the spacing there's enough space between the elements that it doesn't all blend together when you see the logo really small, which is important. I rate all of Daniel's branding stuff he's doing at the minute. That the whole whatever it is with the 3. I think that's really cool. And here we have the worst logo of the 2020 grid. It's Esteban Ocon. Now, this logo is so poor that I can't even find a clean version of it. The only version I've been able to find is on the back of a Renault t-shirt, EO31. I know what they've gone for here, trying to be clever. It's just not very good. The flag corner, just random. The curve, no. Sorry, Esteban. And then number 1, no surprises here. And I've not put him number 1 because it's Lando. I put him number 1 because it is the best logo. It is perfectly balanced. Very, very, very legible. Great use of negative space to give the 4 with the L and the N. It's a perfect icon. It's a beautiful bit of graphic design. Lando, you've outdone yourself there, mate. So that's all 20 drivers ranked. My personal opinion. What do you think? Maybe in the comments below, rank your 20. Be interested to hear what people think. Because again, a lot of this it's completely subjective. There's logos in there that are perfectly good, like on paper, great logos that just aren't my cup of tea. There's other logos that are my cup of tea, but on paper maybe aren't. You know what I mean? We've all got an opinion, and that's fine. So we are done. Thank you, honestly, so much from the bottom of my heart for watching my videos. I can't believe I'm about to hit 100k. It's just insane. So any likes, subs would honestly be so much appreciated. Tommo out. Thanks again. Have a good one. Ta-ta.